Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Calm with Carlin, Yoga and Meditation for Your Everyday Life. Before we get started, make sure you click subscribe, like this video when we're done, comment below, let me know how it went. And today's class is going to be yoga for athletes. So if you are an athlete or a person who does a lot of strength and cardio training, just a little bit of yoga, a little bit of stretching adding into your routine, whether that's before or after a workout or maybe on a rest day, this class is perfect for you. You can do it as many times as you'd like. Maybe you incorporate it once a week. We're gonna get started. You don't need any props. I will meet you in a child's pose. All right, quick child's pose to get us started here. So big toes will come together, knees will come apart, your hips, your seat will sink back to your heels, and you'll walk your hands forward. And then just let the head melt towards the ground. So I'm a person who does yoga every day, so my seat is touching my heels, my head is touching the mat. But that was not true for me in the beginning of my journey with yoga. So it's totally okay if there's some space between the seat and the heels. If your head is having a hard time reaching the ground, wherever you are, just feel that lengthening in the hips and the shoulders and the arms. And just start to connect with your breath, taking long inhales and really slow, deep exhales. 3 more breaths. When you're ready, slowly make your way up to a tabletop position. Bring the knees hips width distance apart, and then walk the hands forward, coming into your puppy pose. So you'll walk the hands forward until you feel like you really can't anymore, and then you'll just let your chest melt towards the ground. Again, maybe the chest, the forehead, or the chin touch the ground. Maybe they can't, maybe they don't, and that's okay too, as long as you're feeling that nice opening in your shoulders. 2 more breaths. Beautiful, and then slowly walk your hands back towards center. We'll take a couple rounds of cat-cow on the inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. And on the exhale, tucking the chin, rounding the spine. Really focus on pressing the ground away from you and spreading the shoulder blades apart. Let's do that 3 more times slow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck the chin, round through the spine. Last time here. Beautiful, and now keeping the hands where they are, step the right foot back and then the left, coming into a high plank. And from your high plank, just slowly start to track yourself forward so the shoulders come past the wrists, and then lower all the way down to the belly. Untuck the toes, bring the fingertips to either side of the mat so the fingertips will come off of the mat. You'll be tenting the fingertips so you're off of the palms here. And then inhale, forehead down to the mat. Exhale, lift yourself up, baby cobra. Lower it down, inhale. Exhale, lift it up. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lower it down. Exhale, lift it up. Last time here, inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Beautiful. And then come back down to the ground. Bring the hands right underneath the chest, right underneath the shoulders. Keep the tops of the toes pressing the ground. And then inhale, lift up, traditional baby cobra. And exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Now start to find some movement in this first downward facing dog, pedaling through the feet, bending the knees one at a time. And the focus here is to reach the heels down to the ground, press the fingertips into the mat, and lift the hips up to the sky. So you're really creating that upside down V shape. Here, let's come to stillness in our downward facing dog. Bend the knees, send the chest towards the thighs. They won't touch, and that's okay. You'll feel the shoulders open. Take an inhale. And then exhale, straighten the legs, come back to your downward facing dog. Let's do that one more time, opening through the chest, the shoulders, the calves. Bend the knees, send the chest to the thighs. Crown of the head will be just hovering over the ground. And then straighten everything out, come back to your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky. And on your exhale, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. So we're in a lizard lunge here. Take some rocks back and forth, lubricating that right hip joint. And then we'll find a nice twist here. Let's keep the left hand on the ground, reach the right fingertips up to the sky. Did some legs yesterday, so I am feeling this. Focus on squeezing your inner thighs together, pulling that right hip back. And then when you're ready, step that right hand down, drop the left knee towards the ground, and with the hands inside of the right foot, just start to straighten through that right leg. So depending on how tight you are, you might have a nice bend in your right knee. Wherever you are, just focus on keeping the spine nice and long. And you can keep the spine long here. Maybe if you want to feel a release in the top of the in the back of the neck, maybe you just tuck the chin to the chest. One more breath here. And then we'll walk ourselves back to our low lunge, keeping that left hand planted on the ground. And then from here, just start to kick that left foot towards the seat. Now this might be enough of a stretch for you. If you want some more for your left quad, you'll reach your right arm behind you, grab onto the foot, and just breathe here. Maybe you practice kind of kicking that foot into the hand. That'll stretch your quad and your hip flexor even more. Maybe you keep pulling that foot in towards the seat. Whatever feels better. Keep that right shoulder nice and open. And we'll be here for 3, for 2. On 1, slowly release. And then take that right hand back down to the ground. Lift the left knee off of the ground and step the right foot back. Now from here, we'll lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra, tops of the feet towards the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And then we'll take that to the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Now take those same rocks back and forth, lubricating that left hip joint, feeling into whatever sort of tension comes up here. Keep those nice deep breaths. And then when you're ready, we'll take that twist. This time we'll keep the right hand planted, the left fingertips up to the sky. Again, you might feel that in your left outer hip, but just keep squeezing the inner thighs together, pulling that left hip back. Bottom of your next exhale. Slowly start to bring that left hand back down to the ground inside of the left foot. Drop the right knee down to the ground. Start to walk the hands back towards that right knee and straighten through that left leg, maybe keeping a bend in the left knee. Keeping the spine nice and long. Maybe you just tuck the chin to the chest to feel that stretch in the back of the neck. Take one more breath here. And then when you're ready, start to walk the hands back towards the top of the mat, bending back into that left knee, and then kicking that right foot towards the seat. Again, this might be enough of a stretch. If you'd like more, take the left hand behind you, grab onto that right foot, and again, maybe you kick that right foot into the hand. Really can't talk today, not sure why. And you'll feel that deepening of the stretch in the right quad, the right hip flexor. Maybe you just keep that foot towards the seat. Wherever you are, we're breathing for 3, for 2, last one here. Beautiful. Let the foot go. Take the left hand back to the inside of the left foot. Lift that right knee off of the ground, stepping the left foot back to meet the right foot. Lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Now from here, we'll bring it back down into a tabletop position. We'll find a little bit of release of the forearms. So to start, you're gonna take the left forearm facing up, so the palm is facing up as well. You're gonna walk the knees a little bit closer, and you're gonna take your right knee, this will feel a little bit funky, and you're just gonna use the ball of the right knee to massage that left forearm. Kind of go up and down that whole left arm, whatever you can reach. And feel that release, deep release of the tissue. And then listen closely, keep the forearm where it is. Start to walk the knees back once more. And then this time we'll slide that left forearm all the way under you, coming into a thread the needle pose. So the left fingertips are reaching in the opposite direction. Maybe the right fingertips reach forward. You're resting on the left shoulder, the left ear, and you're pulling that right hip back. Nice stretch in the left side of the body, the left shoulder. When you're ready, start to walk the right hand back underneath the shoulder. Lift yourself back up and bring that left palm to the ground. And we'll take that on the other side. So this time you'll bring your right forearm down to the ground with the palm and the forearm facing up. And then you'll walk yourself a little bit closer. And this time, I know it's awkward, you'll use that ball of the left knee to massage out that right forearm. Just kind of all over, releasing the tissue. This is also great to do on all parts of the body with a tennis ball, kind of like foam rolling, but using our knee. All right, beautiful. And then keep the forearm where it is. Start to walk the knees back. We'll slide that forearm even further to the left, coming down to the right shoulder, the right ear, and maybe walking the left fingertips forward in our full thread the needle pose. Pulling the left hip back as you breathe. Feeling the stretch in the right shoulder. When you're ready, slowly start to walk that left hand back underneath the left shoulder and just come back up to a tabletop position. And then we'll make our way on to our backs for some final stretches. So from here, coming onto your back, we'll find a reversed cow face pose to get those outer hips. So from here, you're gonna cross the right leg over the left, and you're gonna grab your opposite feet. So your left hand will grab your right foot, and your right hand will grab your left foot. So now that we're in this position, the left knee should be on top, and you're pulling the knees in towards the face while also pressing the feet down towards the ground. You'll feel this probably in both hips, but mostly in the outer right hip if you're on the same side as me. Pause here for a few breaths. The bottom of your next exhale, let's switch out the legs, crossing the opposite direction. So your left is going to cross over your right, but then when you grab the feet, this will actually cause your right knee to be on top of the left. So it'll be closest to the sky. And then again, pull the knees in towards the face while also pressing the feet down towards the ground. And again, if you're on the same side as me, you'll feel this in both hips, but mostly in the outer left hip. Pause and breathe. And as you're ready here, slowly make your way back, uncrossing the legs, hugging the knees into the chest. And let's rock and roll up to a seated position. Find a comfortable seat facing the top of the mat. We'll take one more stretch here for the neck. Reach the right fingertips out. This is my left. Reach the left fingertips out. You can either flex the fingers if you want to stretch in the wrist, or you can point the fingers today to stretch out that wrist. And then take your right ear to your right shoulder and feel that stretch all the way from the left side of the neck down to the wrist crease and the fingertips. It might feel intense, just breathe through it. We're only here for 3, for 2. Last inhale. Stay for your exhale. And slowly come out of it. We'll take that on the other side. This time, actually, your right hand comes out to the side, either flexing the fingertips or pointing them away from you. Whatever you choose, take the left ear to the left shoulder. And again, this time you'll feel the stretch in the right side of the neck all the way down to the right wrist crease and the fingertips. We're just here for 3, for 2, last one. Come through center, bring your hands to your heart, take a deep breath in and a long exhale out the mouth. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. Again, don't forget to subscribe, Follow me on Instagram at Calm with Carlin, and I will see you next time. Namaste.